Good Sunday morning, everyone. Welcome back to the market prep video, the Working Man Trader. And we are going to get levels marked. We're going to get zones marked. And we're going to see kind of what everything looks like today. That way we are prepared for tonight and tomorrow. We're not going to try to predict anything. We're just going to simply have a plan. And you see here we're on gold. We have our demand drawn out, and it is from the last regular trading hours on Friday. And here is the last down candle before the leg up. That's always your demand. And on the supply, you would have to go, this would be London high, and then this would be Asia high up here. And then this right here actually is going to be our supply for the last New York on Thursday. So I keep all of these marked. I'm just trying to, I don't have them on now, but I want to show you that I keep them and don't take them off, because I don't take them unless they get broken. I will leave them up. And then this was London high. So we will leave them, and we will probably, I won't mark the New York high, because it's, we're not too far from this London and the Asia. So more than likely price will come back to those. So we'll just leave those up. Now let me get back over here to NQ and show you what we have here. I already have it marked out, but you see we have the supply zone, and I always mark my supply zone in yellow. I mark demand in blue. Everything in between is the supply or distribution zone down through here that I don't have marked anything. But you see here, supply is easy to find. It's the last down candle or last up candle before the leg down, and demand is the opposite. It's the last down before the up. And regular trading hours, I use that. Then in Asia session, I'll use that high, or I'll use London high, whichever one would be higher. And if neither one if they didn't get broke, then they get left. And then the blue lines are liquidity levels or price targets. On the 15-minute, I did all that market structure on the 5. And then so now here on the 15-minute, you see I mark my liquidity levels. I'll mark my price targets where I think price will stop and hit. You see this one here. We had wick here, got another wick here, and then the top of this candle here. So that's going to be a level, and you see we hit it close. I had this marked out the other day. Here's another one, because you have all this cluster up here. So that'll be a spot. And then this wick up here will hit. Then this wick up here, will get hit also. Those are just levels that price is going to come to. And you see, I left, just like I said, as we came up, I leave these demand zones because it'll be a place that we will come back down to at some point and recheck and test. So I leave those up. Now let's go. We'll go over here to some stocks. Let's get on Apple. Now Apple on Friday, you see Thursday Apple, we still got this, the supply zone up here is not very thick, but that's just the way it was. It just didn't have a lot of liquidity in it. And so now we're going to look and see if we can find the supply zone for Apple, or supply demand zone for Apple. And that would be right down here. It's pretty simple to see. It's this red candle right here, this little red candle, and you mark wicks and all. And I always make mine blue. And then I will leave this supply zone up here because we haven't broke it, and it's not that far from price right now. So we leave it because we will more than likely come and test it. And I'll do the same thing here. I will mark my 15-minute levels, and just, don't make it any harder than what it is. Price is going to come up, hit the bottom here, it'll hit right here, it'll hit right here. So, and I would mark the top of this again because we wicked up here and we got all these right here together. So that's going to be an area. But it's that's how quick you can do each thing, each stock or each futures, whichever you trade. It doesn't take that long to mark these. And once you start understanding where these levels are, you can run through this really quick. I do this either in the morning early before work, or I'll do it the evening before, and then I'm prepared and I can, be at work during the day, and I don't have to guess, where price is going. I don't have to rush. I already have everything prepared and I'm ready. And, now here's AMD, and we'll do the same thing. Here is the supply zone, and you don't mark the wicks on the supply zone, but it's the last up candle before the leg down, and there it is. I mean, it's plain as day. You can't miss that. Then we're going to look for the demand, but I don't see anything that really sticks out on this demand. But as you see, we have one on down here below us. And this may be where we head. We don't know. We'll have to wait. We can't predict. But you see, we really, on AMD here, it's just a big monster leg up that we had on the 5-minute here on Wednesday of last week. And so are we going to come all the way back down here to this demand and check it? We don't know, but we will see. Currently we're looking bullish. What does a 15-minute look like? 15-minute I should say bearish. I guess coffee hasn't kicked in yet, but it's 5 a.m. here Central Time where I'm at on Sunday morning. But we're bearish on the 15-minute and the 1 hour. If you look at the 1 hour on AMD, we're also bearish. So, that looks to me like we got potential to come back down here to this, 421 area. So that's possibility, but we don't know. We're just going to have to wait, let the market structure talk, and it will tell us where it wants to go. Don't try to predict. Don't guess. Just wait. The market will tell you where it's headed. And just so you guys can see what I watched during the day, this is my day trade watch list, and I have right here. I'll scroll slow here so you can see kind of what I look at. And so that's what I do every day, and every evening or every morning before work. Is I come through, I go through my list, and I will pick. I'll start marking my demand. I'll start marking supply. I will mark my price targets or profit targets, the blue lines. I'll have those marked out on the 15-minute. The market structure is all done on the 5-minute for day trading. So that's not the entry time frame, but that's where I read market structure. And you got to make sure your higher time frames agree when you are getting ready to make an entry into a trade. Because if they don't, then you're going to have a lower probability of getting in a good trade. But this is my plan every day. This is exactly what I do. I'll go through and mark the supply, the demand, profit targets, and just like I said, let the market structure speak to you, and don't force a trade. Don't be impatient. Be patient. Just wait. If you miss a trade, just wait. The market will give you another one. It's going to give another setup. So remember, preparation, patience, and discipline is going to win in the long run. And remember, I work full time just like you. So just try to look for one good trade a day throughout the week, because one good trade a day is enough.